We've been working with several different types of Microsoft Word building blocks: cover pages, page numbers, headers, footers, and text boxes. Word has one other building block gallery for building blocks that don't necessarily fit into any of these categories. You can take any kind of text or a combination of text and graphics that you need to reuse and save it in the Quick Parts gallery right here. We're going to start with some text that I copied out of some letters that we were creating, and we're going to save this internal address block that I use frequently and a signature block, as well as this statement that's part of the company mission that we try to include in all of our literature. So I'm going to begin by selecting the internal address block. I can also select as many empty lines or blank lines as I would like to have separating the internal address block from the salutation in a document. I'm going to either choose Quick Parts and save selection to Quick Part Gallery, or hold Alt and press F3 to open the Create New Building Block dialog box. The text of the first line that I selected, up to any punctuation, is automatically grabbed as the name, but I'm going to call this an internal address block. And I'm going to save it in my Quick Parts gallery, but I'm going to create a new category for this address block. I support not just my own correspondence and Maria Ann's, but I also support Hector's, so I'm going to create a category for Maria Ann's Quick Parts. I'm going to store this in building blocks, and I always want it to appear in its own paragraph, but not on its own page. And I'm going to say OK. And now my Quick Parts gallery includes a group called Maria Ann and has an internal address block in it. Now I'm going to save the signature block, select the text, either choose Quick Parts, Save Selection, or Alt F3 to open that dialog box. And this is a signature block. The gallery that I'm going to save it in is Quick Parts. The category that I'll save it in is Maria Ann's Quick Parts. And I'm going to insert this content in its own paragraph. Now I've saved that as well. And finally, this is just some inline text that would appear anywhere. I could be typing along in a paragraph and want to insert this sentence. It's boilerplate text. So I'm going to hold Alt and press F3. This is the Two Trees Olive goal statement. But I don't necessarily need Two Trees Olive, I just need goal statement. And I'm going to put this into my Quick Parts. I'm going to assign it to a new category, and that new category is going to be called Two Trees. And that will be for my items that are company-wide. And here I'm going to insert content only. I don't want it in its own paragraph, so as I'm typing along and want to insert this quick part, I can just do that on the fly. Let's say OK. Now I've got all three of those quick parts saved in my gallery. Although I've entered mostly plain text, I could have formatted this text any way I chose to, and that formatting would also be saved, just as it was with my headers and footers. Let's create a new document, Control-N, and let's insert some quick parts so we see how these work. So if I wanted to insert an internal address block, it's that simple, and then I can type my letter and some more text. And now I'm ready for my signature block, so I'm going to go to Quick Parts, Signature Block, and there's my signature block. Again, nice and quick, nice and easy. And if I wanted to add, for example, my motto right here, our goal statement, I can go to Two Trees Goal Statement, and it will be inserted right here. And it looks like I selected an extra enter when I saved that. But notice, here's my statement. Two Trees Olive Oil has continued to raise the bar. If I want to fix this so that it doesn't include that paragraph mark at the end, I can actually select this again. I'll go take a look and notice that this is called Goal Statement. That's its name. So I can hold Alt F3 and save this again. And as long as I save it in exactly the same gallery with exactly the same name, it should overwrite the statement that's there already, so that the next time I insert this, it won't have an extra line at the end. When you find yourself either copying and pasting a block from one document to another, or retyping or recreating the same text, like a signature block in more than one document, you can save time And also increase the consistency between your documents by saving that text or text and graphic as a quick part.